information.
Well, I have, not to bring it back to me, but my podcast, the guy who edits it is a flat earther. And I haven't been able to convince him.
Well, there's some really convincing documentaries online if you don't know astrophysics and you don't have access to scientists that can debunk each and every claim every step of the way of all these different things. I mean, the amount of people that would have to be in on this scam, you would literally need every person who's ever worked on every satellite, every space dish, or every telescope, space telescope, all the people that worked on the Hubble, all the people that worked on all the space travel, everything that's ever been done, every satellite image, everything that we know about the galaxy, everything we know about how we can detect planets by the gravity wobble that they induce in the stars when they go around them. We know so much about,
and so many people know so much that how did you not get that?
And there's so many people involved, and they all universally agree. Everyone involved universally agrees that all planets are round, and there's a specific reason for that. And the size of them it has to do with how much gravity they carry, and the Jupiter protects us from asteroids because it's so big, and we can watch them hit Jupiter. Like the idea that all that's fake. It seems so wild that people buy into that.
More importantly, why? I always ask them.
It's fun.
It's fun?
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun to think you know things that other people don't know. It's fun to think that everybody else is a sheep and that you understand the firmament. And there's this big glass cover over the stars are just lights in the sky, and the earth is the center of everything, and God's in control of the whole ride.
Well, then this guy, he's a good editor, and apparently he's having fun.
Well, it's interesting because the mystery itself of the universe is so fucking vast. It's so amazing and so fascinating to think that we really have no idea how big this thing is. And we can look back to like 13 plus billion years, but now they're able to look back further, and they're finding stuff that kind of does, maybe this is older than we thought it was, maybe this is bigger than we thought it was, and there's so many calculations involved, and so many people have to go over this. The idea that they're all in on this, and this is just, we're in a fishbowl. It's kind of funny, but hey man, believe whatever the fuck you want to believe, but also, the people, it's funny that there's a lot of people that are really good at a thing, and then they believe in the flat earth. Now imagine someone who went to school for what you go to school for, whether it's audio engineering or coding, and then someone who has no experience in whatsoever, just watched a bunch of wacky YouTube videos, thinks that all coding is fake and that it's all horseshit and we're all already in the matrix and it's all the new world order programming us through fucking avocados or whatever it is. You'd be like, God damn it, I went to school for this. Like people that we all count on to disseminate information to us worked so hard to study through telescopes and satellite telescopes and the Hubble and the James Webb, and they're throwing things into space that have massive fucking lenses on them so we can see deep into the cosmos. And to say that that's all fake and that everybody's involved in it is kind of hilarious.
Well, my editor knows.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, and he knows, and that's what I love about him. I find it actually fascinating.
Imagine, what if he's right? That'd be funny.
And we're all wrong.
It'd be funny if it really was this massive conspiracy. If we go there's some fucking ancient scrolls that explain the whole thing, and that's really what's going on, and that these scientists are all in cahoots. Always, from the beginning, from Galileo. As soon as Galileo piped up, they go, shut the fuck up.
I love that you have a theory for everything, Joe.
Yeah.
You do. You're like a theorist.
Not really. They're very half-baked, and most of them aren't thought out that well. They're just fun.
Well, you spend time thinking alone in the... yeah. I'm fascinated by you. You're so different than me, but I love listening to you. I love watching you, and I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud I don't know you that well, but I'm proud of what you're doing for the comedy community. I'm proud of what you did for the podcast community. There's a whole new way of just getting in, and doing what it is.
The evolution of the thing, the evolution of the thing came along with the access the internet provides.
But there are pioneers, and then there are the sheep that follow.
I'm not really a pioneer. There's other people that were doing it before me. I mean, I got the idea from first of all, when Adam Carolla left radio, he immediately went to podcasting. I did his podcast. I remember thinking, wow, maybe I can do this someday. Like, this seems like something you could do. You just put it up on the internet. But it was like extremely expensive. I remember he was telling me how much his download bills were every month. I was like, Jesus. His data bills were crazy. Like, Adam Carolla is like a real pioneer. Adam Curry is the original pioneer. He's the original podfather. That's the guy who...
I don't know who that is.
Adam Curry was a MTV VJ.
Yeah.
And now he hosts this podcast called No Agenda. It's a very big podcast. But he's literally the guy who came up with the first podcast. He's a good friend of mine. He lives out here. He's a frequent guest on the show. Great guy. Brilliant guy. And he's number one. Like, he came up with it first. So I was lucky that that thing already exists. It's not like I pioneered it. There's a lot of people that are already doing it.
I pioneered coming late to the party. That's my thing.
A lot of people have.
Yeah, no, I've got that. That's Howie Mandel does stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, in this world, if you have something that's interesting, it doesn't matter if you come late to the party. People just hop aboard. There's a lot of podcasts that get really big really quickly, but it's just a lot of them. It's hard to separate.
Yeah, I was talking to my gardener has one, and it's amazing. Everybody has one.
Yeah,
but I don't do it. I do it. I'm actually loving the process of what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
more than whatever this achieves as far as the amount of subscribers or the amount of listeners or whatever. I like sitting in a room with my daughter, kind of downloading whatever it is we're interested in at the moment. So
that's awesome. That's all that's important, is if you're enjoying it, other people will as well. That's really what podcasting was. When we started out, we were just on a webcam, just talking shit, and just having fun. And it was fun to do. It was just a fun thing to do. We used to do it in green rooms of comedy clubs sometimes. And